Hello.
Welcome. Welcome. Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday evening. We'll give our friends and colleagues a minute to join us. So, show me your 5-string, Paul. Oh, cool.
Yeah, I really like it. It's just a
Wait,
cheap
I
one.
think we're on. Oh, you might be on mute. No, I guess we're not.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I really like it. I mean, it's a fairly cheap one, but I just like having the two top notes sounds nice. I think.
Nice. Yeah.
Is it still considered a ukulele if it's got 5 strings?
Yeah.
Really?
There's some 5-string and there's some 6-string. I think once you get above 6 strings, it's and I'll explain what we mean about 5 strings and 6 in a second. But once you get outside of the 6 strings, I think there are different names for ukuleles that have like 8 strings or 12. But I think what Paul and I were talking about, if I'm correct in assuming, if you look really close at my ukulele I'm holding up right now, you'll notice that, and I've got, they call it a course in, like, when you're talking about stringed instruments, because it's actually 2 strings together, like on a mandolin or a 12-string guitar. And there's these 2 strings that are, like, if you look on mine, really close together. It's my low G and my high G, so I have both of them. And so that's what the 5-string is. It's like a regular ukulele, but it's got an extra 5th string so that there's both a high G and a low G, if that makes sense, here on what would be the 4th string. And so if you listen, I could play the high one, like a standard tuning ukulele, and then right next to it is a low G.
Okay, so I've got some little stringed instruments at my preschool that someone was like, oh, these are ukuleles, but I saw they had a lot of strings, like more strings than a standard ukulele. So I was like, no, I think that's just like a miniaturized guitar. What's the difference between like a small kid's guitar and an ukulele with like 6 strings?
Well, so if you find a ukulele with 6 strings, and I've seen them before, what it'll be is it'll have like a double string, just like this. So kind of like, for those of you who are familiar with 12-string guitars, there's a chorus or 2 strings right next to each other. So to push down on my 4th string, which is actually 2 strings, it's the same as like any chord we'd make. It's just when I'm doing it, I'm pressing down on both of these 2 little strings next to each other. What you've got, Angie, it sounds like, is somebody cheap little novelty guitars, right, that they brought in, and they've got 6 strings that are evenly spaced, and that wouldn't work for ukulele.
Yeah, I think that's what they are.
And then Paul.
Yeah, there's something called a guitar. I'm not sure how they pronounce it, but it's like a guitalele or something like that. So it's there are 6 strings, and they're not tuned in exactly the same pitch as a guitar, but the 6 strings are tuned as it would be a guitar string. And I mean, they make some. They're not all cheap ones. I mean, they make some of them that are several $100s too. But it's because I have one made by Yamaha that when I travel and I go see my grandkids, I like to take that along because it plays like a guitar, but it's a much smaller version.
Yeah, nice. There's some others too. Like there's this 5-string ukulele, which is, if you, like, Paul had noticed on our last thing that, like, I have a 5-stringer because I've got 5 tuners, and he does too, and so we're like, oh, we both got the same kind. There's also a 6-string that'll have, like, I've seen a couple different variations, but it just means that they've got a double string here, where it's tuned just like an ukulele, except there might be like an octave string, a string that's the same note but an octave up or an octave down on the ukulele. And then there's some like ukulele type instruments, like there's one called a tipple, and there's a few other like variations on that where they have ukuleles that actually have double duplicate strings all the way across. Sometimes, like, if each of these had a duplicate strings, that would be 8 strings. There's one that has 3 duplicate strings, and that's called I think that's the tipple, I'm not sure. But there's like weird little variations on it. But um, they're all in that ukulele family, and so if you played a chord on it, you could pick it up and play your chord in standard tuning, and it'll sound right on those different members of the ukulele family. Cool. Well, it's good. A little conversation about the five string got us got us to the point where most of our friends and colleagues are here. Happy Thursday if you're just joining us. Week 6. Week 6. I hope I didn't scare off too many people. I know it got a little intense last week. I know Sue and Paul weren't here, but I apologize if you're watching the replay or if you felt a little over your head. I know we kind of looked at some tunes and working in that E minor chord. If you felt like, wow, this is really hard, it's above my pay grade. That's okay. There was some challenging stuff. We'll spend some time looking at another challenging tune today, but I also want to go back and review some things we've already done, and then go back to our 50 song, our 50 anchor songbook, and pick out a couple out of there to just practice. Maybe things that you know, maybe things that you don't know. So before we begin, anybody have something they want to share? First off, how's everybody doing? How's this Thursday after the time change treating you?
Well, oh,
Go ahead,
well,
Miriam.
okay. It's hectic because we're starting state testing from now until I guess till the end of April, and resource. I pull out in small group, so it seems like I'm doing, and when I'm not doing that, I'm doing IEPs. So lots of IEP meetings. So that's where I'm at. I'm not seeing students as much as I'd like to, but I'm fitting it in. Yes.
Yes, and it's just a phase. It's a season. It'll be over before we know it, and then we'll just be in that finish line, right? But I do hear what you say about it. It is IEP season. My wife's an SLP, so she's in the midst of IEP season too. And I walked into my classroom the other day, and there's a little tiny guy, a little Nino down at the school I teach, and he was getting an assessment done by a SLP down there, And I'm like, oh yeah, it's IEP season. We got to get in all our assessments, and we have to, make sure that we're on course for our calendar. Cool. Who else has something to share? I just saw something in the chat pop up. You can unmute yourself, or I can read the chat.
I'm gonna get in trouble for this one.
Yeah, Kristen. Oh my gosh. Okay.
I was teaching a class on Monday afternoon, and I had a class that was at 2:30. My devil decided she was gonna have a baby. Oh, look at that. Mommy and baby. So you guys know we have tons of cats in this house.
Sweet.
So that's what happened.
Congratulations.
Oh yeah. 7 now.
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh.
You only had one.
So
That's good.
so tiny. You just get one. Everybody's just like eyes turned into hearts,
No, I have 3 cats. That's enough. 3 is enough. No kittens. They're all like 6 or 7, around 6 or 7. No
Yeah.
kittens.
2's enough, actually. When they're big.
4 dogs, that's enough.
Fun. Nice. Thanks for sharing, Kristen. Thanks for sharing the picture too. Cool. Any other new additions or maybe musical successes you guys want to share before we get down into the strumming?
A week ago, I think it was, my students, we actually played, hi, it's Tammy. We all played together, and it sounded like songs. We played 4 songs together, and it was amazing. So yeah, I was really proud of them.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. So usually we play on Fridays, so tomorrow we'll be playing.
What did you play?
Where?
What?
I mean,
What song?
oh, what?
What song?
From the 50 songbook, we did, bingo. We did row, row, row your boat, Prayer Jacques. What else did we play? you know, the easy Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, I think, but they were together, and I think it's because I'm like, okay, take your foot, strum with your foot, just strum, you know, and they did, and it worked. So I was happy about that.
Nice. So
Yeah,
teaching them to strum on that steady beat.
yeah, yeah. They did it. It was awesome. It didn't sound like, you know, cats screaming or
No offense to all the cats present. Uh,
sorry, I have a dog.
nice, Tammy. Thank you for nice. Thanks for sharing the success. It's great when um it's great when they get that experience too. I'm sure they probably were stoked. They were probably like, "Yeah, it sounds like a real song." Um, you know, I had somebody tell me that today in one of our classes too. We did something and they're like, "Wow, it was like just like we played a real song." I'm like, "Yeah, it was. You guys did great." Um,
They're
nice.
like, this is the goal, guys.
Yeah, right. This is what's possible.
Yeah, yeah.
It sounds like they were strumming over at Kristen's house too. Um, kids on the drum and playing their ukuleles. So got a family band. Um, cool. Well, I have some songs from that 50 song book that I'd like to look at, and actually a couple of them. They're maybe a little more advanced, or maybe not as not I shouldn't say advanced, but we don't look at them as often, I feel like. But I'd like to start today's class with one of those. So if you're watching along, I'm gonna share my Gitsy Anchor song. I'm just gonna trust that it's up there. Yes, it is. Clementine. Oh my darling, oh my darling, oh my darling Clementine. Um, oh weird. Is it? Yeah, okay, it is right. I got it. This one I'm picking out because it's always good for us to remember what a 3/4 time song sounds like or how to strum it. And I'm gonna do just a brief little mini lesson, just the tiniest little mini lesson or mini review for how to play our 3/4 time or our 3/4 time. And you'll see that that's there. It can be an open or standard. This can be an open or standard. It doesn't matter. You're going to be playing the same chords, but for 3/4 time, we're going to do, it's our waltz time. It goes a 1 2 3, a 1 2 3, 1 2 3. But if we just play it like with all down strums, it doesn't sound quite as good or quite as definitive. It's kind of easy to lose a little bit of our 1 2 3 feel when we do it that way. So I'm going to zoom back out for a moment. Coming back at you, and I'm going to show you what this particular song suggests, and what is a really effective way to play our 3/4 time. We can use, like, if we have a chord, I'm going to play my C in standard here. You can pluck either like you can say like a bass note down, but on the ukulele, you could even just pluck your 4th string. You know, whether it's a high G or a low G, you could pluck that and strum down like that. Like 4th, down, down, 4, down, down, 1, 2, 3. And you can get a really nice feeling for the waltz there. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Or if you're a real stickler and you want it to sound like a low note, you could play your 3rd string, 3rd string, down, down, 3rd string, down. That's a little harder for me, 3rd string, down, down. I just go with the 4th, down, down. And I let that give me my bass, down, down, 1, 2, 3, feel. So I'd like you guys to try that with me if you're not trying it yet. Down, 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 a bass note, down, down, a click, down, down. And that's how we can get that waltz feel or that 3/4 feel. So we're going to try that on Oh My Darling Clementine right now. And this one is a sweet little song. I don't even think there's an F note hiding, or there's not even an F chord hiding in here. I think it's all going to be our C and our G7. And then when we get down here, there's a lot of verses and us jumping back up to our chorus. Luckily, I think we all know the chorus pretty well. Our first singing note, if you're trying to figure it out. Oh, it's our third string. Oh, my darling. So we're gonna go play our way through Clementine. And to get us started, let's just do 4 bars of our 3/4 time. So I'll count us in to strum. A 1, 2, 3. A strum with me. A 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 2. In a cavern, in a canyon, excavating for a mine, lived a miner, 49er, and his daughter Clementine. Oh, my darling, oh, my darling, oh, my darling Clementine. You are lost and gone forever. Dreadful sorry, Clementine. You guys are doing great. So I know that bass is a little bit, keeping that B down. Down is a little tricky. Down, down, but you guys are doing great. Down, down. Let's go down to our verse. Here we go. Light she was and like a fairy, and her shoes were number 9. Herring boxes without topses, sandals were for Clementine. Oh, my darling, oh, my darling, oh, my darling Clementine. You are lost and gone forever. Dreadful sorry, Clementine. We'll go down to 3. You can just see it here. Drove her ducklings to the water every morning just at 9. Hit her foot against a splinter, fell into the foamy brine. Oh, my darling, oh, my darling, oh, my darling Clementine. You are lost and gone forever. Dreadful sorry, Clementine. And I'm going to scroll down to our last verse here. Here we are. Ruby lips above the water, blowing bubbles soft and fine. But alas, I was no swimmer, so I lost my Clementine. Oh, my darling, oh, my darling, oh, my darling Clementine. You are lost and gone forever. Dreadful sorry, Clementine. Nice. So sometimes that 3/4 is just kind of a nice little change. Can feel a little bit like a nice groove or meditation when you kind of get into that the feel of the 1, 2, 3. I always feel like very calmed by the 3/4. So, any questions about that one, or thoughts, comments you guys want to share? I know Sue just joined us and shared that she loves the song, and yeah, glad you're here, Sue. Don't worry about being late. Just glad to have you. Anybody else? Okay, more 3/4 now. We're gonna look at De Colores. I can't remember. Did we look at De Colores last week? No, I didn't think so. So De Colores is a great, great sound. I'm glad you liked it. This is just a great tempo, I think, to kind of change things up. You know, we don't have a lot of 3/4 songs that we listen to anymore. Most pop music is in 4/4, so you can dance to it. Nobody waltzes anymore, so I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but it seems like nobody waltzes anymore, so we don't have these waltzes. But you know, De Colores and Oh My Darling Clementine, they both are in that waltz time, in that 3/4 time. So we're gonna look at De Colores, and this is a really great song. I love it. It is in Espanol. It's in Spanish. But luckily, Spanish is a very phonetic alphabet. This one I think also has a translation which we can go and read through, an English translation, which is kind of fun. But we're gonna look at this one of De Colores from our 50 songs, 50 anchor songs. And this is another one where we're gonna have that 3-note beat for every measure. You can use the bass, like we just did. You can do that one, or this one. It says triplet pull, so you could just do, 3 down strums. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It's kind of up to you and how you like to play it. Let me see here, my friends. I'll switch over to my open-tuned ukulele for those of you guys watching at home. Here we go, little De Colores. We'll start again with a little C chord, and just our strum on that triplet pulse, or on that bass strum. Our opening note is going to be our G string. A 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Strum with me, strum with me. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And here we will sing. Ready and sing. De colores se visten los campos en la primavera. G7. De colores son los pajaritos que vienen de afuera. De colores es el arco iris que vemos lucir. Los grandes amores de muchos colores me gustan a mí, y por eso los grandes amores de muchos colores me gustan a mí. Sorry, I always add my own little chords there. Let's go to all the colors. All the colors, all the beautiful colors that dress up the field in the springtime. All the colors, all the beautiful colors return with the birds and the sunshine. With great love for the colors and love for each other, this rainbow of life. Fill our hearts with great love for the colors and love for each other, this rainbow of life. Nice. Cool. I want to do that again with you guys, but I'm going to take just a little break to see if just to check in, see if there's anything from anybody out there in TV land.
Just quick question. At the top of the page, it says triplet pulse. Is that strum?
Yeah, so great question, Patty. I think a triplet pulse would be a little different than our bass strum, in that you just do three down strums of a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But I found that even when you're just hitting 1, 2, 3s, it's almost like we want to, we almost naturally kind of do a different kind of accent, or maybe you'll make the 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Some people maybe will do it like a down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. There's lots of different ways you could skin that. I'm not going to say that in front of our audience. Lots of different ways you could do that task. Some of you caught that. So,
No
yeah.
skinny cat.
I know. I didn't say it, Kathleen. I didn't say it. Yeah, great question, Patty. That would just be that triplet pulse. Some people do like to go like a down, up, down, up, down. Some people like a down, down, down. Some people like the bass. Let's do it again because it really comes alive. We'll just do the Spanish verse one time. It really comes alive when we do it a little faster. And I know you're probably reading, if you don't know the song, you're reading the Spanish lyrics for the first time. But I think you'll find that when we kick it into a little bit more of a high gear, the song will flow better, the words start to flow better, and it starts to actually sound like Tammy's student says, it starts to sound like we're playing a real song, like we're playing real music. So let me check here. We'll be doing our De Colores. Cool. Here we go. And I'm gonna go definitely a little faster, like a 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, strum 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Sing. De colores se visten los campos en la primavera. Yeah. De colores son los pajaritos que vienen de afuera. De colores es el arco iris que vemos lucir. Y por eso los grandes amores de muchos colores me gustan a mí. Y por eso los grandes amores de muchos colores me gustan a mí. And I'm sorry, my apologies for that second line. The chords are a little skewed off of the words they're supposed to be on. So I was following along and I was like, this doesn't make any sense. But it's okay. That second line, y por eso los grandes amores, mi, y por eso los grandes amores de muchos colores me gustan a mí. Those last ones should more or less coincide with this line. It's just a kind of a repetition. That's all I wanted to point out. But hopefully you guys could feel how the song, once you got that speed up, the words started to lilt in the right way. It started to feel like, like De Colores. Okay, cool. So those are the two ones I wanted to look at tonight. Any requests from that 50 song book, from our 50 anchor songs? I know we looked at something last week, but does anybody have one where like, hey, could we take a look at such and such? I want to practice this.
I don't really remember what's in there.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I can go.
Yeah,
I can share the table of contents.
yeah, that'd be great.
And
I have it, but I don't have it, printed out or anything. So I'd have to look online and.
Yeah. And so let me do that. Here we go. So this is the first half of it. You can see a lot of tiny little, a lot of tiny little things. Some of these I don't even know, like Fuba Wooba John. I've never heard that song before in my life. Maybe you guys can teach it to me. So some of these I'm not quite so certain on. But I'm going to skip ahead because hopefully you got a chance to look at those, and we'll look at 25 through 50. I see that Kristen asked about 42. Oh, come on. Can I zoom out? Would that help? Almost.
La Bamba might be fun to play.
Yeah, La Bamba is fun. We could definitely do that. Oh, Tingalao.
Not today, some other time, you know.
Yeah, Tingalao is I think that's like a Filipino folk song. That's one that I don't quite remember as well, Kristen. I have to take a look at it really quick and see if my memory comes back on it. I do remember learning it, but I don't remember it so much. And then
It is so familiar, but I feel like if I saw the words, I might remember it.
yeah, I'm gonna do that right now. I'll give you guys a second to look here at the rest of these. Maybe if there's something that you had for a request, you could earmark it, and then I'm gonna jump ahead to Tingalao.
It's the donkey song.
Yes.
Oh,
it's the
okay.
dog.
Yeah, let me go take a look. Let me refresh my memory. Little did I know you guys would be teaching me and putting me to task in this class. Let's see, Tingalao. Oh yeah, the donkey song. Okay. Does anybody remember this?
I got it. I remember it. It's Tingaleo, come little donkey, come. Tingaleo, come little donkey, come. Me donkey fast, me donkey slow, me donkey come and me donkey go. Me donkey fast, me donkey slow, me donkey fast and me donkey go, etc. I got it. Yeah.
Okay, so it's not a Filipino song at all. I was wrong about that.
It's
This is
Jamaican.
Jamaican, it's the calypso. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Cool. Okay, yeah.
Raffy sings it, so preschool. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, cool. I love that. Thank you, Angie, for singing that for us. Okay, I'm gonna do a little practice. I'm gonna look it up. We'll do it next week. I'm gonna do some studying on my Raffi because I love Raffi. I love any excuse to learn. Pick that one back up. So Tingaleo. Cool. We can look forward to that. I know we had a request for La Bamba. So let's do La Bamba. And then, did I miss any others in the chat, or is that good? Oh, and then Weem Away. Okay, yeah, let's do La Bamba, and then we'll end with Weem Away. Kristen, I think we did La Bamba in our standard tuning class. I don't know if we did it here in this class. I don't believe we did it. I could be
We
mistaken.
didn't do it in this class.
Yeah, okay. So we'll do La Bamba with our friends here, and then we'll get back into we'll do something hard. We'll get back into the hard stuff. It's not really that hard, but
Yeah, I'd like to do that Beatles song that you have in here before the end of the semester or
Cool.
the end of the term or whatever you call it.
yeah.
Session.
Um,
End of the 8 weeks. Let's put it that way. That's what I meant to
I know, and we better get to it because we only got till the end of March to get all of these songs in we want to get in. So here's a little La Bamba for everybody. How's that? Can you see La Bamba? Cool. I love this. So it's got like it's got walking pace, down up strum, third string open. Okay, right. This is a strumming pattern song. The pattern is 2 strums on C, 2 on F, and 4 on G7. And once you get that going, it never varies. Kind of like some of our other songs that we play. Like Weem Away has a pattern that's just repetitive. I Love the Mountains has one that's just repetitive. And we are going to do Bamba. We'll do La Bamba here with just a C, C, F, F, G7, 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 G7. That's the pattern. If I were to play it fast for you, it would sound like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, C, C, F, F, G7, 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 G7. I know I'm going fast, but I think you guys are going to be able to keep up with that pattern. I'm doing a down-up strum, which makes it sound even faster. Maybe I'll slip it back into like third gear. We'll go 1 and 2 and ready. C, 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 F, F, G7, 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 and C, C, F, F, G7. If we sang the chorus, it would be bum, ba, bum, ba. Bum, ba, bum, ba. Second line. Bum, ba, bum, ba. Bamba, bamba, para bailar la bamba. Para bailar la bamba se necesita una poca de gracia. Una poca de gracia y otra cosita. Y arriba, C, F, G7. Y arriba, por ti seré, por ti seré, por ti seré. Back to the chorus now. Bamba, bamba. Bamba, bamba. Bamba, bamba. Bamba, bamba. Back to C. G7. Keep the pattern going. C, F, G7. There's another verse. There's lots of verses to the song, but there's another one I'll sing with you. It's Yo no soy marinero. Maybe you know it. Yo no soy marinero. Yo no soy marinero. Soy capitán. Soy capitán. Soy capitán. Back to C. Bamba, bamba. Bamba, bamba. Bamba, bamba. Bamba, bamba. Maybe on a big C to finish. Nice. Yeah, so lots of different versions of the song. It's an old song, lots of different versions. These lyrics are good, and I like using the sheet. However, I do, if you are going to sing this with your kiddos, I'd suggest looking at finding the words for like the Richie Valens version, because it's pretty standard. And it's almost the same first verse as that. There's just one little line that's different, and then they also have that little bit of Yo no soy marinero. So if you don't know the Richie Valens, I'm sure you do. If you don't know the Richie Valens original or the Los Lobos cover of the Richie Valens original, it's worth looking up. Richie Valens that's where Miriam works. She works in Richie Valens' old stomping ground in the San Fernando Valley, right, Miriam? Yeah.
Yeah, I used to work a long time ago. I was a resource teacher at Pacoima Middle School, and I think he went there or something like.
I think you're right.
They have a mural that was painted in his memory or his honor memory, I guess.
Yeah. No, he was a student there, and
yeah.
And he, I mean, Richie.
I'm not there anymore, but I miss working in middle school. But I remember that. So
yeah. He passed away. I mean, he died when he was 17 years old. Maybe he was 18, but he was like a star at like 16 and 17, and so. Good old Richie Valens. Okay, we're gonna do Weem Away at the end. Cynthia, I saw a question too about anything from Moana. I'll have to go hunting and see if I can find something. I'll see what I can do. Let me make a little note. And okay, and it's my great pleasure to take us back to the folk pop rock songbook. We're gonna look at something with a lot of D chord today. Everybody feeling, either like okay about their D chord or feeling good about their D chord. This has my chord charts on the top, so I'm going to share this one. We're going to do I Can See Clearly Now, the Johnny Nash song. This is an interesting song because it's the first one that we are going to do where we're in the key of D. So obviously you could change this to C and make it easier for you, but why would you want to do that? Let's do it in D. You look at the top, there's like the neat looking chords. Those are our chords that we're going to use here if you're in standard, or if you're in open tuning, they're the other ones on the right side. To look through these chords, the ones that are going to be unfamiliar are probably the D. I'm playing in open tuning right now. But on my D chord, we're pretty used to seeing that G around. But that A chord, or I'm going to use the same chord for both standard and for open because it'll work. This A chord here is made by pressing your finger where it usually goes on the 2nd fret of the 4th string, and then putting on the 1st fret of the 3rd string. And you do that, and it's this beautiful A chord, this A major. If you do it in open tuning, it's an A7 chord, which works great with this song. Cool. Let's take a little look at it. This is a down-up kind of song, and I might be playing it with a little bit of an accent on the upstroke, because that's sort of how the song feels. It goes a 1 and 2, 3, taking it a little slower. 1 and 2 and ready, and strum with me. Sing. I can see clearly now, the rain has gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. There's our A. D. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be C, a bright, bright G, bright, bright sunshiny day. Back to D. It's gonna be a bright, bright G, bright, bright sunshiny day. Back to our D. 2nd verse. I think I can make it now, the pain has gone. All of the bad feelings have disappeared. D. Here is the rainbow I've been GD waiting on. It's gonna be a bright, bright G, bright, bright sunshiny day. Good. Here comes the bridge. We're gonna take it to F. F. Look all around. There's nothing but sea blue sky. F. Look straight ahead. Nothing but a blue sky. And then we'll just go to the last verse. Here we go, D. I can see clearly now, the rain has gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. D. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a C, bright, 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 bright sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, 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 bright sunshiny day. Last line. It's gonna be a bright, bright, bright Hey, nice job, guys. That's not an easy tune, but isn't that a great song? It's just like so feels so good. It is so fun. It's a little bit of a new thing. It might be a stretch for some of us to play outside of the keys that we're used to playing, or that key of C, but I promise you, if you get a handle on that D chord, whether you're playing it here as a standard tuning or a bar, like your open tuning, this song is pretty, once you kind of get the flow of it, it's a pretty realizable task. Before we go back and try it again, anybody have a question or a thought about it?
No, it's just very relevant because it's been raining off and on here. Out here in the valley, it's been raining off and on. So it works, because of the rain.
Definitely. Definitely. We don't need to play the whole thing through, but let's do the verse. Let's do the verse one more time. And then the bridge, you could almost play along with Johnny Nash. I think Jimmy Cliff does it in the same key too. He's got a famous version of it, but you could almost play along with Johnny Nash. He's in the key of D. The only thing is that their bridge does some other cool things at the very end. I have us just holding on that A, but I didn't throw it in here because I cut out that line, actually like edited it out because it's a very groovy, but it moves around through a lot of weird chords, and you can hear his voice. He's like, "Look straight ahead, nothing but blue skies." It's awesome, but it was like 7 extra chords, and so I thought, let's make it simple.
Are they crazy chords? Can I have them in the email or something?
Okay, let me send out. I'll put it in my notes, and I will send out the email of the full thing. Email real chords. I think you could figure it out. I think any of you could figure it out with a little bit of time. Email real chords for Clearly Now. But cool. Yeah, there's like some B flats and some, there's just some other ones, but they're doable. Okay, Clearly Now. I can see clearly now. We'll look at the verse. Actually, just doing a little housekeeping here. Thank you guys for being patient. Cool. Back at it. Sharing the screen. Oops. Wrong screen. Oh man, I don't care anymore. I don't get stressed out about it anymore. But the days of zooming. Zoom, 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 I'm going to the moon. Oh, okay. Thank you guys for your patience. There it is, folk rock songbook. Let's take a look at this one more time. You'll get to see the chords too. This will be a nice little reminder if you got a little lost and you're like, where were those chords? We'll just do the first verse so you can see these chords. I can see clearly now. Yeah. I'm checking out Kristen's comment in the chat. So the crazy cat's jumping along, trying to jam. We need a cat class. I'll propose to Gail and Jess that we have a cat class PD. We'll sing only cat themed songs. Here we go. I can see clearly now. D will be our starting chord. 1 and 2 and ready and go with me. I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. D. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, 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 sunshiny day. And we'll just end it right there. Oh. Nice. Just a little extra practice for us. If you are attracted to this song, please, please, please spend some time with it. It's well worth it. Well worth it. Okay. Weem Away is coming right up. I did want to give you guys another one. This is one I wish I had included, just because if I had thought about my calendar, I would have thought, oh, St. Patrick's Day is coming up. And we definitely would want to sing I'm a Little Leprechaun. So maybe you've had me in a class before and we've done this. This is just a silly little song I found on I found a cartoon from the Kiboomers. And it is pretty simple. I'm a Little Leprechaun. You might be able to guess what anchor song it's built off of without even hearing it, just based off of the title. Just goes to show lots of other people are using anchor songs too. It's a little bit different, so I'm just going to play it through with you guys. We've got an introduction here with our F, our C, and our G7, and our C chord. And then we'll get into it. I sing like a little melody, or I'll blow my kazoo. Actually, I got a kazoo right here. I'll blow my kazoo on this introduction. 1, 2, 3, 4, F. Here we go. I'm a little leprechaun dressed in green, the tiniest man that you have seen. If you ever catch me, so it's told, I'll give you my big pot of gold. Introduction. Good. Second verse. I'm a little leprechaun, imagine that, with my little green boots and my big green hat. At the end of the rainbow, so it's told, you will find my pot of gold. To the top for first verse. I'm a little leprechaun dressed in green, the tiniest man that you have seen. If you ever catch me, so it's told, I'll give you my big pot of gold. Nice. Nicely done, everybody. Sorry I didn't get that to you sooner. It just snuck up on me this year. But
That sounds like I'm a Little Teapot, except the last line.
Yep. Yep, except for the last line, Patty. You're absolutely right. It is I'm a Little Teapot. It's just they kind of change it around a little bit there at the end. I'll send out a copy of that with our recap for class. And that should get us, save it away in your music file for next year. I'm a Little Leprechaun. And
Well, no, because St. Patty's Day isn't until Monday.
Oh, yeah. So
Monday. So,
yeah.
Put it in.
Let's see. Let's end with a little Weem Away. What do you guys say? Lion Sleeps Tonight. By request.
What about Molly Malone?
What about Molly Malone? Is she hiding in our 50 songbook? Oh, no, it's just a suggestion.
No, it's just a suggestion. I didn't know it was in a songbook or not.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Thank you, Cynthia. I don't It's a great idea. I can look it up for our next class.
Oh, great.
I'll check it out and see if I can work it in. But unfortunately, I don't know it enough right now to do it. But I will see what I can do for next class. Looking for 50 songs. We're gonna do Weem Away, the last page in our 50 songbook. The Lion Sleeps Tonight. Here we go. Thank you, Kristen. Yeah, page 51 if you're looking for it. And this is a nice little shuffle strum, easy 3 chords. The pattern that you see of C, F, C, and G7 persists for the whole song. We'll go a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, a C, 2, 3, 4, a F, 2, 3, 4, a C, 2, 3, 4, G7, 2, 3. A weem away, 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 a weem away. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. Oh, weem away, 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 oh, weem away. Let's go to the next verse for our time. Near the village, the peaceful village, the lion sleeps tonight. Near the village, the quiet village, the lion sleeps tonight. You know how it goes. C, oh, weem away, oh, weem away. F, weem away, oh, weem away. C, weem away, oh, weem away. G7, I'll sing it up, but away. Last verse. Hush, my darling, don't fear, my darling, the lion sleeps tonight. Oh, oh, hush, my darling, don't fear, my darling, the lion sleeps tonight. Oh, oh, mum away. Mum away. Nice. And then we're gonna go, if you're looking at your chat, before I stop here, I think Kristen wrote out something for us. I can't highlight it, but look to your chat, everybody, and you'll see. In the classroom, the mighty classroom, the green leprechaun runs free all night. Woo! In the classroom, the mighty classroom, the green leprechaun runs free all night. Whoa, oh, 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 leprechauns. Cool. Nice. That's
If you want to know how Molly Malone sounds, it's in Dublin's fair city where girls are so pretty. I first met my love, sweet Molly Malone. Do you know that?
I don't, but it's really pretty. I love your voice, Cynthia.
Thank you. It's an Irish song.
Yeah, I'll give it a listen. I'll give it a listen over the weekend. See if I can get it to fit into a format for our class. And thank you, Kristen, for that little contribution to the chat. Thank you guys for strumming along and having fun today. Any last questions before we wrap up for tonight?
No, thank you. That was fun.
Thank you. Thank you, Jody.
Thank you guys. Thanks for the suggestions and the requests. And we will see you for our 7th class next week.
7.
7th class. I know it's going to be spring next week, guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Can you believe it?
Happy St. Patty's all.
Yeah.
Happy St.
Yeah,
Patrick's
you
Day.
too.
Everyone
I have my leprechaun shirt on.
Yeah.
Don't forget to wear green.
Of course,
Wear green.
of
We're
course.
green. Thank you, guys.
My shirt has a little leprechaun that says, "Don't pinch me."
That's
Nice.
a good one.
My
Bye.
cats will be
Thank
celebrating,
you.
running around like leprechauns themselves.
Got a funny little dog here.
Bye,
Have a
guys.
good week,
Thanks, Jody.
everybody.
Bye, everybody. Thanks,
Bye.
Jody.
Thank
Night,
you.
everybody.
Thank
Stay safe and warm.
See you guys.
Thank you, guys. Good night.